Welcome back, everyone, and welcome if this is your first time to my channel. Today's video is going to be a completion of the beginner videos that I have been doing. So in this video, what I'm going to do is, in building on a soap recipe, I'm going to do the final, what I consider the final steps in a beginner soap, right? So my last couple of videos talked about coloring and scenting your soaps. So today I'm going to make a small batch using the same recipe that I've been using for the previous videos. But in these recipes, I am going to add a fragrance. Today's fragrance is a lavender essential oil, and I'm going to color it with some purple mica, okay? Just a little backstory on how I colored this mica. In this little bottle is just glycerin and the mica. And a little goes a long ways and it lasts. So you don't have to worry about spoilage or anything like that. The color will settle to the bottom, but all you have to do is just shake it up to incorporate the coloring. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today, and it's so simple to add color and fragrance. I chose the fragrance today, lavender, and the color purple. Purple synonymous with lavender. And to make it simple, I'm just using essential oil. Lavender essential oil does not give you any problems or issue as far as acceleration, seizing, or rising, or anything to that nature. So today we're going to use the recipe we've been using before. In this bowl right here, I have 8.5 ounces of olive oil. This is 4.5 ounces of coconut oil. This is 3 ounces of shea butter. And then we have here, this is 2.2 ounces of sodium hydroxide. And this is 6 ounces, 6.08, or I think 172 grams. Let me check my recipe. Yeah, 172 grams. Okay. So this is the recipe we're working with. So what I'm going to do is, let me get on my mask first of all. And remember, guys, as far as part of the soaping, you want to make sure you have your PPE protection, personal protection equipment. I have on gloves. I have on long sleeves. Okay. And I just put on a mask. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and pour my lye into my water. Okay. To get that started. And the lye pellets typically like to stick to the container. I guess static electricity, to whatever the case may be. So we got that in there. And we're going to get that incorporated. Where are you guys today? What are you doing? Today is Saturday. And it's cold out. We got a little bit of cold weather, snow, yesterday. So I'm sure everybody across the country is dealing with winter storm issues or fires, depending on where you are in the country. So as I mix this up, again, personal protection is important. The fumes are coming up. And this room is not ventilated because my windows are shut because it's cold out. So as that starts to clear up, I'm going to continue to clear that up. And this is going to be so quick, guys. And it's easier for me to already have everything already weighed out because my, excuse me, my supplies like my olive oil and coconut oil are in like, I don't know, 20-pound cubes. So they're in large containers, which will take more time for me to show that on camera. So for the sake of time, I usually already have that measured out so that I don't have to show that on video. So now that the lye water has run a little clear, that's what we want to see. We want to continue to stir until it runs clear. And then we'll melt the oils and we'll come back and incorporate the oils into the lye water. The oils have been melted. and the lye water has cooled. Although the oils are a little bit higher in temperature, so my oils are right now sitting at 133 degrees. My lye water is at 109. I could stick the oils in the refrigerator and cool those down, but I don't want to. So, and I've also measured out my essential oil in this glass right here. Okay. So we're just gonna pour the oils into the lye water. And I could have did it the other way around, the lye water into the oils. It doesn't matter at this point. But what you want to definitely do when you're mixing your lye and your water is make sure you pour the lye into the water and not the other way around. So I want to get all of this out. And again, guys, for you beginners, this is easy peasy. Easy peasy. If you haven't watched all my previous videos, for beginner soapers, soap makers, it'll give you everything that I wish I knew when I first started. And I've been soaping a long time. I mean, we're talking about before you could just look on YouTube. I think YouTube was around, but you didn't have that much, videos or anything. So we're going to mix that a little bit. I'm going to use my stick blender, and we're going to mix this up, and then I'll show you at what point we will incorporate the color and the essential oils. All right. As you can see, it's starting to change colors there. Still not quite at trace, so this shouldn't take long, because although it has a lot of olive oil, it does have other oils, so it shouldn't take long to come to a light trace. I want to check the temperature, because usually when you are blending, that raises the temperature. Not bad. So pouring the warmer oils into the lye water really didn't affect. Right now I'm at 115, 16. It's at a light trace. I'm going to blend just a little bit more. It's very light. Okay, so it looks kind of like a thin pudding. So that's good for me at the moment. I'm going to separate this. Because I'm going to come back. Now, I'm going to put my oils in last. But again, this is my colorant. Okay. And this is just a purple mica. I think it's called knee-high grape and glycerin. Okay. So I did a couple of sprigs. I just want to make sure what it's going to look like. I don't want it to be too dark or too light. 2 sprigs really didn't make a difference at all. Another 3. And we're not looking for deep, deep, deep purple. We're looking for that lavender, that light purple lavender. Now, had this been all olive oil, we probably could have got a really, really decent purple right away. I'm going to put some more in there. And you can also, when you do this, you can lightly swirl it. So you can have those little swirls in there. For begin, if you just want some variation in the color. And I might do that to see what it does. Okay. Now, I'm going to add my essential oil. And again, this is just about, I poured a little bit more than I needed. I was going for a 1/2 ounce and it did 0.6 ounces. So that's not going to hurt anything. That's had the recipe set for a 1/2 ounce of oil per pound of soap. Okay. And this is right at a pound. Okay. So you want to get those essential oils incorporated. I don't know if you guys can see down in there. It's a little unincorporated. It smells so nice. Really, really smells nice. And this is it. Now, if you were using something, an oil, a fragrance oil, a perfume oil that you are not sure of, again, like I'm doing with these little tutorials, is doing small batches. That way you can see how it reacts. You do not want to do a 4-pound loaf for a slab of soap only to find out that the fragrance oil or essential oil or whatever you're using to scent doesn't work well with your recipe and you're rushing or you lose. Okay, I'm gonna mix this in a little more just so I can make sure that all of that essential oil is incorporated. If you do not mix well and make sure all of the essential oil, perfume oil, or everything is incorporated, what will happen is it will kind of like pool at the top of your soap. I've had that done to me before, but it will really reabsorb. But in my case with me, I had to kind of like pat the excess off the soap. Okay. Now this batter has thickened up really, really nicely. And I did not bring any skewers in here with me. But again, this will have, once it dries, a slightly purple tinge. And what I'm going to do is it's thickened up a little bit. So you guys see that? See how it thickened up the more you blend it? I'm just going to put a little bit more in there. Let's pour it and see what it looks like. Alrighty, let's get this one first. It's gonna pour thick. Again, the batter is nice and thick. See those specks of purple in there? And again, if you wanted the whole batch to be purple, you can. Move that out the way. Move that. That looks really, really nice. I'm just gonna scrape the excess, scrape it on out. And it's just that easy, guys. I hope that these videos have been helpful for the beginner soaper or the person that's on the fence of whether they can make soap, because they feel like it's such an intimidating process, and it's really not. I think that making your own soap is a wonderful thing. You can control what's in it. And I'm just gonna run that through there like that. And as you can see, making designs like that can be just as easy. You can get very intricate or you can get very basic. And that's it, guys. But again, I hope this process and the tutorials have been helpful. Again, to those who are starting new or those who have been on the fence of whether they can make soap or not. Okay? I really appreciate you watching. If you feel so inclined, please share the video. Like it, subscribe, comment. If you have any comments or questions, I'll try to answer those. A lot of times it may take me a minute to get to them, but if you have any questions, please feel free to do so. This is the last series of building on a simple soap. And the soap recipes, if you haven't watched the previous videos, please go and do so. I cover everything from picking oils, scenting, basics of what you need starting out, coloring, everything. But again, thank you for watching. Until the next video, keep soaping and have a wonderful day.